is. We are in 2050, and today is Friday, July 8th. You know what it means? First day of Calgary Stampede. The sky is glowing a beautiful orange because the forest fire that happened at this time of the year. And little Mary is getting ready for the day. But this year, she's not going to have fun with her friend riding virtual bulls at the world's largest online rodeo. No, this year she faced a challenge far scarier than daunting any digital beast. She has a dentist appointment. She has to undergo a life-threatening procedure to get a tooth fixed. Sounds like a tale of science fiction, right? But fast forward to 2050, and that could be your reality. In this future, fixing a tooth is not the routine task as we know today. It's a high-stake procedure with real-life danger. Why? Because our battle against microbe, fought with antibiotic, whether wisely or not, is tilting in the microbe's favor. They're becoming resistant to our conventional antimicrobials. And at the same time, our antibiotic pipeline is running dry. Because it's not profitable enough anymore for drug companies to hunt for antibiotic where resistance develops that fast. However, this invisible enemy is on track to claim nearly 10 million lives per year. To put this number into perspective, it means that by 2050, as many people will die from a resistant infection than people dying today of cancer. The ripple effect goes far beyond the loss of life. Imagine a world where the fear of an infection reshaped the way we are living. Elective surgery, such as hip and knee replacement, will be unthinkable. A minor knee scrape could mean an amputation because that's the only way to stop the infection. Worse, a mosquito bite could be a death sentence, as they could carry deadly pathogen. In fact, all the investment and advancement in cancer therapy could be for nothing. Even if we were finding a cure for cancer, the weakened immune system from the treatment will make survival against an infection impossible. If we move forward without addressing the rise of antimicrobial resistance, we are heading to a healthcare abyss, reminiscent of the Dark Ages. Yet, amidst this glooming future, there is a beacon of hope. What if I was telling you that the solution is as easy as turning the light on? Light is all around us, so we might as well use it. In fact, light is necessary to sustain life as we know it. Without light, there wouldn't be green in our garden, there wouldn't be animal roaming our planet, there wouldn't even be us to witness the beauty of our world. Light is the energy that flows across our world as wave, much like a ripple on a pond or ocean wave crashing on the shore. As humans, we can only catch a small glimpse of the full light spectrum as visible light. So you might be wondering, how can we address antimicrobial resistance with something as ubiquitous as light? Well, as long as you have light, you have photochemistry. Photochemistry explores how light sparks changes, altering substance in ways that are seen and unseen. Photochemistry explains why we tan when we go under the sun. It also explains how plants can convert carbon dioxide into sugar and oxygen via photosynthesis. Through photochemistry, we can create, using visible light that is safe for us, a formidable weapon against microbes without causing resistance. the superhero of our story, singlet oxygen. Okay? Singlet oxygen is the scientific term that describes the excited state of molecular oxygen, O2, which is the oxygen that we breathe. Okay, think of singlet oxygen as sugar high kids fueled by an overdose of Halloween candy who are bouncing off the wall, turning your house upside down and leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Now you understand how by simply exciting molecular oxygen into singlet oxygen, we have a powerful molecule capable of wiping all sorts of microbes, from virus to bacteria and fungi. Okay, but if singlet oxygen is that powerful, how can it distinguish between harmful microbes and healthy cells? Like our sugar high kids who go countdown after a good night's sleep, singlet oxygen returns to its normal, non-excited, boring oxygen state. The loss of energy happened very fast, within few hundred microseconds. In other words, on the millionths of a second time scale. This is this very short excitation window that made the lethal power of singlet oxygen dissipate quite rapidly. And so singlet oxygen can only react in its vicinity. How do we create it? We clearly cannot give candy to oxygen, okay? It doesn't work. As I said, we are going to use visible light. But that begs the question, how can we excite something that we cannot see? This is where we need an intermediate. We call that a photosensitizer. A photosensitizer is simply a colored molecule, or a dye, if you want, that's going to absorb visible light and transfer its energy to molecular oxygen, exciting it into singlet oxygen. Photosensitizer can be synthetic, like the indigo dye that was created by man to color jeans in blue, or it could be natural, like curcumin, that gives the bright and vibrant yellow color to turmeric. Okay, so we know the three key ingredients to produce singlet oxygen. We need visible light, we need a photosensitizer, and we need molecular oxygen. How do we kill microbes? Very easy. We apply the photosensitizer on an infected area, being a wound or a surface. You expose the area to light, and you let singlet oxygen take care of the rest. So why is not that simple method at the forefront of a battle against antimicrobial resistance? You might be surprised to hear that the healing power of light combined with a photosensitizer has ancient roots. In fact, it was already used in antiquity in ancient Greece, Egypt, and India. Before the antibiotic era, that was the go-to method to treat an infection. But since then, it fell out of favor. Not because it was not effective, but simply because the photosensitizer that creates singlet oxygen is colored and therefore could stain. And staining was deemed a trade-off far too high against the backdrop of lethal infection. Since the 50s, with the exception of few European countries who used that method to inactivate pathogen in blood plasma, everywhere else, singlet oxygen has been relegated to the archive of scientific curiosity. Well, that was before a global crisis hit. Remember March 2020? The early stage of the pandemic, when people were fighting for toilet paper at the grocery store, or healthcare workers were dealing with a shortage of critical equipment, especially masks, that was putting countless of lives at risk. It is during that time when I was working from home like everybody else, in my makeshift office near my laundry machine, probably not like everybody else, that I received a game-changing email. I was asked to join an international and multidisciplinary task force backed up by the World Health Organization and supported by a philanthropic fund. Our mission, we had to prove that singlet oxygen could decontaminate masks from SARS-CoV-2, the virus responsible for COVID-19. And so we showed by that simply spraying a very dilute solution of the photosensitizer on the mask, we could indeed fully inactivate SARS-CoV-2 within 30 minutes of visible light exposure, and often in even less than 5 minutes under bright condition. Contrary to other methods recommended at the time by a health agency that require you to remove the mask and use sophisticated equipment to decontaminate, our method was straightforward. You could simply apply the photosensitizer on the mask before wearing it, ensuring continuous decontamination while in use. And the best part, costs less than a cent to decontaminate a mask. At this stage, we were not satisfied because our technique was still relying on the use of electricity to power the visible light source. Unfortunately, 16% of the global population lack access to electricity. So we furthered our study, and we showed that sunshine is the only thing that you need to activate the photosensitizer to produce singlet oxygen and decontaminate masks from SARS-CoV-2, even on a cloudy day. Virologists on the team have shown that singlet oxygen is very effective at inactivating a wide array of viruses, from the norovirus, the one that caused the tourist diarrhea, to the very deadly Ebola virus. And as I say, singlet oxygen is very well known to eradicate other microbes such as bacteria and fungi. So singlet oxygen is really a remarkable method to decontaminate, and it's really creating a tool that's enabling us to prepare for future pandemic and other global crises. It is true, COVID-19 is not at the center of media's attention anymore. But every month bring new headline about other infection. We've heard about monkeypox, strep A, and now RSV and the flu. In fact, the World Health Organization is warning us. There is an increasing trend in infection, which combined with the rise of antimicrobial resistance, is leaving us with a very narrow window for us to take action. As a photochemist who is working on how singlet oxygen can tackle these challenges, I am excited about the potential of this technology. I believe it is now time for our health agencies and our government to turn their word into action, not only by continuing to support research in this area, but as well by starting to implement this age-old technology into their strategy to control infection and combat the rise of antimicrobial resistance. So today, I am urging you to spread the word about this phenomenal technology and the power of visible light. My hope is that singlet oxygen is not going to be forgotten again until it's too late. Thank you.